is producing something and you patronizing your brother.
Listen to Planet 101.1 FM News at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. with our news in special English at 2:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Planet Radio 101.1 FM, revolving around you.
In the news at noon, Senate President urges Nigerians to support federal government in Easter message. Nigerian Bar Association to investigate assault scandal involving Code of Conduct Tribunal Chairman Danladi Umar. Securities and Exchange Commission approves appointment of CEOs of demutualised entities of Nigerian Stock Exchange. On the foreign scene, Dutch caretaker Prime Minister Mark Rutte narrowly survives no confidence vote. In sports, Super Eagles defender Willian Troost Ekong vows to help Watford gain promotion to Premier League next season. Details coming up shortly. Ahmed Lawan has called on Nigerians to continue to support the federal government in its efforts to tackle insecurity and provide an enabling environment for the country's economic growth. He gave the charge in his Easter message to Nigerians, assuring that the National Assembly will continue to work for the people in achieving peace in the country. The Senate President preached love, hope, tolerance at Easter and felicitated Nigerians, particularly the Christian faithful, as they join the rest of the Christian world in celebrating Easter. According to him, nation building requires sacrifice. Meanwhile, Senate has urged the Bank of Industry (BOI) to increase the percentage of dividends accruing to the federal government, even after it had paid an 8.2 billion naira dividend to the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) and the Federal Ministry of Finance between 2014 and 2019. A statement in Abuja by Kayode Adunaro, media advisor to Chairman Senate Committee on Finance Solomon Adeola, said Adeola made the call at an investigative hearing on revenue remittances by ministries, departments and agencies (MDAs) in Abuja. Adeola described the 7 to 10% used by the board of directors of the bank to determine dividends on the net profit of the bank as too low, and that the bank should consider increasing the percentage to 20% or more. The Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) has said it would investigate the assault of a security guard by the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal (CCT), Danladi Yakubu Umar. Umar was on Tuesday caught on camera physically assaulting a security guard at Banex Plaza in Wuse, Abuja. In a 5-minute video that has gone viral online, the CCT boss was seen slapping and kicking the yet-to-be-identified security guard, while police officers suspected to be attached to him were trying to restrain him. The NBA, in a statement issued by its spokesman, Dr. Rapulu Nduka, said the association was taking action to determine whether Umar's conduct was unbecoming of a member of the legal profession. He said NBA relevant committee would probe the circumstances leading to the altercation and, depending on its findings, ensure that appropriate action is taken to address the occurrence. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has approved the appointment of the chief executive officers of the demutualised entities of the Nigerian Stock Exchange (NSE). The CEOs are Oscar Onyema, Group Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, Temi Popola, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Exchange Limited, and Tinuade Awe, Chief Executive Officer, NGX Regulation Limited. Under the demutualization plan, a new non-operating holding company, the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC (NGX Group), has been created. The group has 3 operating, and all the entities have been duly registered at the Corporate Affairs Commission. Commenting on the appointment, Otumba Abimbola Ogumbanjo, Chairman of NGX Group Board of Directors, stated that the confirmations are an important step in the process of building a leading and resilient African exchange group following the completion of the demutualized program. On electoral matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has said the continuous voter registration (CVR) exercise will resume on June 28 this year across the country. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu announced the date for the resumption of the exercise at a press briefing held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja.
Are going to deploy the online registration portal so that people don't have to crowd around the polling units during the period for registration of voters. They can start the process online, and there's going to be a locator to the portal that we are developing that will guide them to the next available registration center. So they simply go for the capture of the officials and the biometrics. You don't have to go and spend a long time doing all the processes all at the same time.
He disclosed that the electoral umpire has set aside the direct data capture machine and would introduce a new device being developed by its in-house software engineers. Professor Yakubu explained that the new device, INEC voter enrollment device, was developed to be compatible with the Android operating system. On the economy, the recent approval for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery worth $1.5 billion by the federal government has continued to draw reactions from Nigerians who see the plan as counterproductive. Reacting to the development in a chart for Planet News, Professor of Monetary Economics and former Commissioner for Economic Development in Akwa Ibom State, Emmanuel Onwidweket, said it was a wrong decision for the government to contemplate expanding such amount to refurbish the moribund refinery, considering that the said refinery's daily production capacity is extremely low.
No, it's even a wrong decision. The decision that shouldn't have been taken anywhere in this world. If you're anticipating that Dangote refinery is coming upstream next year, Dangote refinery is going to refine over 650 barrels a day. This decision is bereft of in-depth analysis and thought, I can tell you. If people thought deeply, they wouldn't have taken this decision at this time. And you know they're going to plunge into more debt. I heard them say, internally generated revenue, then Afro-Exim Bank is going to finance. That is debt.
Professor Onwidweket advised the federal government to sell off the old non-functional refineries to private investors and rather build new ones if it was interested in owning a refinery.
If the government is interested in owning a refinery, they should build a new one. They were touting modern refinery since 2015 that they came. It's only one that have come on stream, and that is the private sector. That's the one owned by the private individual that's going to be refining, I think, between 50 and 75,000 barrels in the day. If you have up to 4 of that, and look at Niger, this is our famous Niger. They have a refinery, we are even importing products from them. Do you know their output? 120,000, not even up to anything barrels a day. That's what they are producing. And they could build up that refinery in conjunction with Chinese. And this is Nigeria, big Nigeria, that have been producing crude oil for over 40 years. And here we are coming to refurbish a refinery. That one is 50-something years old, another one is 32 years old.
The federal government recently revealed that it plans to raise $1.5 billion for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery in Rivers State. The approval comes amidst a controversial price increase in the pump price of petrol that was later reversed. Away from that, Akwa Ibom State Police Command says its special tactical squad has raided a kidnapper's hideout in Mbiasa community in the Nsiribom local government area of the state. The operatives, who killed 3 of the hoodlums during a gun battle, also exhumed the body of a businessman buried in the hideout. The deceased, Onyeka Ezewulu, was reportedly shot by the hoodlums while attempting to run when they invaded his house on Idoro Road, Uyo. Reports say Onyeka, who died after losing much blood, was buried in a shallow grave after the kidnappers collected 2 million naira ransom from his family. A suspect, Deborah Sunday, who assisted the police in locating the hideout, told journalists that 3 members of her gang abducted Onyeka on March 5, 2021. She explained that the victim was shot in his right leg when he attempted to run, adding that he was bundled into a Toyota Camry and taken to their hideout. You are listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and then bring you more stories from the foreign sports and entertainment scenes. Do stay with us.
Hit music. Brand new hits. New music. Trending and still banging.
Can't get enough of it.
On Planet 101.1 FM, Uyo.
Thanks for staying with us. Now on to the foreign scene, where Dutch caretaker Prime Minister Mark Rutte has narrowly survived a vote of no confidence over his conduct during talks to form a governing coalition. But he remains under pressure after Parliament adopted a formal motion of disapproval, which noted he had not spoken the truth during the talks. The 54-year-old has been in office for more than a decade and has been dubbed Teflon Mark for his ability to survive scandals. Still on the foreign scene, dozens of people are feared dead after a parked train derailed inside a tunnel in eastern Taiwan at the start of a long holiday weekend, with rescuers still scrambling to reach others trapped inside. Police said at least 36 people were classified as showing no signs of life when rescuers reached them in what looks set to be the island's worst rail disaster in decades. 70 people were still thought to be trapped in carriages inside the tunnel, while around 60 were rushed to hospital. In sports, Super Eagles defender Willian Troost Ekong has disclosed that he cannot wait to help Watford gain promotion to the Premier League next season. Troost Ekong, who was part of the Super Eagles squad that thrashed Lesotho 3-0 in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier at the Teslim Balogun Stadium on Tuesday, said this in a chat with media. He revealed that the Hornets have what it takes to maintain their position for the automatic slot to the Premier League. Still in sports, Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr has revealed that it would be difficult for home-based players to make a return to the team once those European players that missed the last two AFCON qualifiers are back into the team for the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Recall that two of the Nigerian Professional Football League NPFL players such as Adekunle Adeleke and Anayo Iwala were drafted into the team as replacements for Kenneth Omero and Umar Sadiq after they withdrew from the encounter due to the COVID-19 travel ban imposed by some European countries. Although Iwala showed some glimpse of his skills against Benin and Lesotho to further highlight the importance of inviting the home-based players to the senior national team, however, Rohr in an interview stated that it would be tough for them to retain a spot in the team during the World Cup qualifiers. And on the entertainment scene, Choma Rowland, ex-fiancée of Davido, has reportedly deleted all her remaining photos with the singer days after reports of his romance with Ma Yafai, ex-girlfriend of American rapper Young Ma, made headlines. Her few posts, which have a link to Davido, are his A Better Time album cover, which features him and their son Ifeanyi. It has been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, Uyo. But before we go, a quick recap of the major stories. Senate President Ahmad Lawan has called on Nigerians to continue to support the federal government in its efforts to tackle insecurity and provide an enabling environment for the country's economic growth. The Nigerian Bar Association has said it would investigate the assault of a security guard by the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, Danladi Umar. The Securities and Exchange Commission has approved the appointment of the chief executive officers of the demutualised entities of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. On the foreign scene, we told you that Dutch caretaker Prime Minister Mark Rutte has narrowly survived a vote of no confidence over his conduct during talks to form a governing coalition. And in sports, reported that Super Eagles defender Willian Troost Ekong has disclosed that he cannot wait to help Watford gain promotion to the Premier League next season. For comments and coverage of newsworthy events, do call our newsroom on 0812 770 2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. Also like our Facebook page at Planet 101FM. Uyo. The news was edited by Anthony Essen. As we end the news, always remember that you must always strive to be the change you wish to see in the world. My name is Xavier Robert. Good afternoon to you and happy Easter.